Celiac disease affects roughly 1 in 100 people in the UK. It is a serious autoimmune condition where eating gluten, found in wheat, barley and rye, causes the body to attack the lining of the small intestine. The small intestine is lined with tiny hair-like projections called villi, which absorb sugars, fat, proteins, vitamins, minerals and other nutrients from the food we eat. Gluten exposure in people with celiac disease damages the villi, making it hard for the body to absorb nutrients necessary for health and growth. This, in turn, can lead to symptoms like stomach pain, bloating, diarrhea, tiredness, severe weight loss, and long-term health problems like bowel cancer or osteoporosis. Unlike a food preference or mild sensitivity, even tiny amounts of gluten, like crumbs from shared toasters or utensils, can trigger a reaction. People with celiac disease must follow a strict gluten-free diet for life, and avoiding cross-contact in the kitchen is just as important as avoiding obvious sources of gluten. It is not to be confused with wheat allergy, which is not an autoimmune disorder but does involve an immune response which can cause anaphylaxis, and non-celiac gluten sensitivity, an intolerance to gluten which doesn't cause long-term damage to the intestine and presents more traditional gastrointestinal symptoms and sometimes fatigue, headaches and joint pain, but is not life-threatening. Gluten is found exclusively in wheat, barley and rye, but care must be taken when dealing with gluten allergies and intolerances, as the sources might take on different names or be products which we don't instinctively connect with gluten. Durum, kamut, spelt, emmer and einkorn are all separate species of wheat. Soy sauce is traditionally fermented with wheat, so it does contain gluten. Nowadays, gluten-free versions are also available. Malt is made from barley, so most products containing malt, like certain bakery products, malt vinegar and malt syrup, do contain gluten. Semolina is a coarse flour ground from hard durum wheat, so it does contain gluten. Beer is made from barley and occasionally contains wheat or rye, so it will always contain gluten. Specific gluten-free beers do exist. Oats are naturally gluten-free, however, they can become contaminated with gluten during processing or storage if they are not handled separately from other gluten-containing grains like wheat, rye and barley. Additionally, some individuals with celiac disease may have a sensitivity or intolerance, cross-reaction, to avenin, a protein found in oats, which can trigger symptoms even in the absence of gluten. If cross-reaction is not a concern, certified gluten-free oats do exist, and this will be indicated on the packaging. Buckwheat, despite its name, is not related to wheat, and it's a seed, not a grain. It is therefore naturally gluten-free and can be used to make, amongst others, pancakes, porridge or noodles. Gluten is not damaged by heat, so fryers are always a potential source of contamination. If a fryer is used for any gluten-containing product, like breaded or buttered foods or tempura, it cannot be used for anything that needs to be gluten-free. Wheat flour can also be used as a binder or thickening agent in a variety of foods, so check the label carefully for any packaged product which is not made in your kitchen. Wheat allergy is a type of food allergy where the immune system reacts to proteins found in wheat. This reaction can happen quickly after eating, inhaling, or even touching wheat-containing products. Symptoms can range from mild, such as hives, swelling, or stomach discomfort, to severe, including breathing difficulties or anaphylaxis, a potentially life-threatening reaction. Wheat allergy is different from celiac disease and gluten sensitivity. It involves IgE antibodies and causes an immediate allergic response. People with wheat allergy must avoid all forms of wheat, but may still be able to eat gluten from other grains like barley or rye unless otherwise advised. In a hospitality setting, it's crucial to avoid wheat-containing ingredients and cross-contact during food preparation. In some rare cases, the allergic reaction might not be immediate, but will be triggered by physical activity like exercising even hours after wheat has been ingested. It's therefore very important to communicate to the guests the possible presence of wheat in the food they ate, for example, in case of a mistake, even if they're not showing any symptoms. As with gluten, wheat can be present in a variety of packaged foods, so checking ingredient labels is essential, and fryers can be a potential source of contamination if used for products containing wheat. Avoiding cross-contamination can be particularly difficult because of the volatile nature of flour, especially in open-plan pastry sections.